All right. Hey guys, what's up? It's a Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite things. And today, let's do a year-end review. Last year, at the end of 2020, on December 31st, I did a year-in review video where, for half an hour, I basically talk about what happened this year. And now I'm gonna do something similar, except I'm obviously in a different room right now. If you have seen my best movies list video, which is actually premiering like right now, um, you know what? I'm gonna wear my glasses. Time for a change, baby. Time for a change. So, yeah, if you've seen my best films video, you would know that I'm living a new life right now. My life is, um, I've entered volume 2 of my life. I've basically entered the second arc. If my life is an anime, if my life is a TV show, I've entered the second main arc, and everything behind me is all gone, all abandoned, all thrown away. Yeah, this is why I'm gonna call this year 2021 the year of the transition, because I'm kind of transitioning uh, from from the young, um, kind of sad, angry, grumpy, lonely, timid me to the new me who acts really different and is more brave, is more ready to step out of the comfort zone, but still has flaws, probably. I don't know. How do I know? I am me. I am me. And yeah, this is about to get existential. So, let's start off with what happened in the beginning of 2021. Starting off with January, I am studying in online college. In the USA, it is an American college, but I stayed in Hong Kong for almost the entirety of 2021. And for my winter semester, because I was a new student, I couldn't choose the classes I want to get into because a lot of other people have already enrolled in classes they want to. So when I was able to choose the classes I want to get into, most of them are already full. So I didn't have a lot of choice. So I ended up with a chemistry course that takes place from midnight, like 1 a.m. or maybe 2 a.m., all the way to 7 a.m. in the morning. And so in the first month of 2021, for a few weeks, for 4 or 5 weeks, actually, maybe even 6 weeks, 7, 8, I forgot how many weeks. It was 1.5 months. So yeah, quite a lot of weeks. That's nothing to me. Oh, sunrise. I slept from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. every single day. Now, that is a lot of sleep, but because of this crazy schedule change, my life has basically changed for quite a bit. I don't see sunlight anymore. I don't see sunlight at all. I don't eat food with my family. I'm secluded. I don't see friends a lot in January, and my life has changed, and it's kind of bad. I lost 10 pounds within 1 month, I think, which is terrible, and it was weird. I'm just happy I got an A in psychology, and I got an easy A for chemistry. And aside from me talking, because that's boring, I'm also going to interject some clips in this video, thoughts update clips. So, interesting. All right, oh, also I should do this because I'm going to show some pictures here if I can. Yes. Okay. Next up, let's talk about February. In February, I have the spring semester, and between winter semester and spring semester, there is 1 week time. And for spring semester, I don't have any classes that stretch from midnight till morning. So I am finally able to have a normal schedule again. And in fact, I kind of have to have a normal schedule. And because it is spring semester, it is different. I have a different class schedule. I was able to live a normal life and live a normal schedule again, except two of the courses I took in spring are scheduled. There are scheduled Zoom meetings and they happen in the morning. And there's no way in hell am I going to spend the next 4, 5 months flipping my entire schedule and just completely ruining half a year. So instead, I decided to live a normal schedule again, wake up in the morning and attend those classes. So what happened is that I only have 1 week. 1 week. I only have about 7 days to drastically change my sleep schedule and change my entire circadian rhythm or whatever you call it. I have 1 week to completely change it. And my plan is the sleep deprivation project, which is something that I'm kind of proud of actually, even though I didn't ruin, but I hurt my body by doing that. I purposefully sleep deprived myself for 6 days straight. I originally planned to do it for 4 days, but I accidentally did it for 6 days. So I slept for about 4 hours every single day for 4 days, which is not that bad. Some people have it worse than me, but for me, that's pretty bad. And then on the fifth day, I slept for 6 hours, and I met up with Zara and Miriam and the lion on that day and had an adventure. And then on the sixth day, I accidentally slept for 4 hours. Yes, by accident, because sometimes I would watch movies and, oh, lo and behold, I'm supposed to go to bed, but no, movies are more important. So I keep watching. So that happens all the time. So I managed to sleep deprive myself to a point where I can basically fall asleep at any given moment. So by the end of that week, I could fall asleep at around 3 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. Sometimes I could even fall asleep at 2 a.m. so I could just immediately fall asleep and fix my sleep schedule because I hurt myself and fix my sleep schedule the hard way without any sleeping pills. Okay, afterwards we have March, April, May, and pretty much nothing happened in these 3 months. And in fact, so little has happened in these 3 months. I feel like these 3 months is basically a sequel to 2020 because 2020 is the year of the void where pretty much nothing had happened after the DSEs, where I basically live in the void. Similarly, March to May of 2021 is the most uneventful period of time in my life so far. Nothing has happened. Every single day is the same to a point where I start to feel bad because of boredom, because I wasn't able to meet friends many times, because I keep doing the same things every day, because I keep saying the same things every day and thinking the same things every day. I start to feel really bad. I feel sad, but on top of that, um, I just feel like my life has lost its meaning again, but this time in a different way. And I was so desperate for any sense of entertainment. So in on May 11th, I decided that I should start going on solo adventures, or at least on that day, I specifically wanted to do this McDonald's challenge thing. And at that point, that was easily the most entertaining thing, the most fun thing I've done all year. And of course, that is nothing in comparison with the second half of 2021. So I'm going to talk about that soon. But yeah, something did happen. Of course, in February, I befriended Miriam. I made a friend. Crazy me? Me? I made a friend? Me? Yeah, that happened. Miriam's really nice, so that's really cool. Also, in the middle of March, I learned that Mary has a boyfriend, which is very painful. It took some time for me to get over it, but I still like Mary. But yeah, this is a news that really hurt me. This is what life is. This is normal life. And it's nowhere near as interesting or as meaningful as the life that I used to have when I was in secondary school. Back then, I am living in a story. I am the main character of my own story. But when the story ended, I ended. I'm no longer playing a person. I'm no longer a character. I don't change anymore. My new life has no meaning anymore. There's not one bit interesting about my new life. I just sit here in my room and I rot. That's what I do. And occasionally I go do some exercise. I go work out. I do push-ups, sit-ups. I listen to music. So what? Who cares? 2 years ago, I was swimming against the currents. Okay, 2 years ago. You know what happened 2 years ago? You know what happened 2 years ago? Right? I really wanted to speak to Mary, and I almost said hey, and that was one of the craziest moments. And I was with Leo and Pink, and we were leaving the classroom, and Mary suddenly showed up out of nowhere, and I'm like, holy fuck. And it's like danger around me on all four sides, man. And what's around me right now? Walls, dry walls on all four sides. That's what's happening. But back then it was danger. It was real danger, skin crawling danger. I'm talking Tyrus is snagging my best friend Cedric, and then Cedric suddenly announced that he's going to Scotland, making things even more depressing for me. And then there's a Natalie. Natalie's crazy. At least there was something exciting about my life. Now there is nothing exciting about my life. My life is nothing. My life is bland. It's dull. It's nothing. There's nothing stressful about my life. There's nothing worrying about my life. There's nothing to root for. In a good story, you need characters you root for. Do I root for me? No. Because I don't have goals and wants anymore. Like, I want Mary, but we all know that that's not possible. Who do I root for? Cedric? He's in Scotland, and he wouldn't tell anyone anything. So who cares? In a good story, you need world building. Look at my room. World building. Oh, your opinion is not my opinion, so you suck, and you better go to fucking hell and forever rot and burn for the eternity and for the foreseeable future. I hate you now. I hate your entire family. I hate your race. I hate you and everyone's associated with you. God damn, relax. Set back, chill. Step back, sleep back. I don't know, go to bed, sleep, take a fucking nap, for God's sakes. People are crying and pissing and shitting over the smallest things, okay? I have to do this, man. I have to tell Mary, like, to be fair, the last time we had our conversation on October 24th, I said so much stuff to her, it was satisfying, and I cherished every single moment of it. Like, I truly enjoyed that conversation. That conversation is so goddamn enjoyable. It was so amazing. I had such a sweet sleep that day. It was beautiful. It was heavenly. It was pure heaven. And see, every time I think about her, I want to cry because it's so good. It's just such a good conversation, man. Imagine talking to someone you like. I'm a shut-in. And I need friends. Not only do I want to go out solo, adventures, just walk, man. Just explore Hong Kong, man. But also I need to speak to people, make new friends. Do you know why I'm still out here? It's been 12 years since school is over, and I'm here talking about Natalie and Mary. Like, all these people are supposed to be ghosts. They're dead people. They're dead corpses. They're under the ground. But I'm still talking. Like when I see Natalie, if I do see Natalie, or if I see someone else like Leo or Pink or Zara or Miriam, like, they're all gonna be like, oh yeah, this new guy I met, this new girl I met, this other person I met. I didn't meet a single fucking person. Okay? I didn't make a single goddamn connection in the whole year. In that video, I said, I think I've already reached the point in my life where I've reached the most interesting peak, because everything from now on is going to be very routine. And I was right. I wasn't a prophet, but I knew it. I was right when I said that everything onwards from that point is going to be boring, repetitive, dull, and meaningless. My life is going to lose its meaning. I'm going to basically be dead. Everything I do will not matter anymore because I'm a dead man walking. That's what I said 1.5 years ago, and guess what? I was actually right. And I know that all along. Like, imagine being this pessimistic about life and then actually being right. Now, anyways, back to what's real. What's very goddamn real. And that is the people, the 12 people that's going to be working for me in my short film. 12! 12 lives! How am I going to put this fucking shit up? Okay, I'm gonna act all like big and confident, like, hey, have y'all got the script? But man, I'm not confident. I'm gonna be fucking shit. I'm gonna be trash. You know what? Mary should be proud of me for swearing this much. Swearing is a Mary's thing, you know? Like, Mary's acting all nice and cool. Like calm. I miss her so much. Like, see, this is what happens when you lock someone in their bedroom for over, I don't know how many years it has been. I don't know if I can do this, man. This short film, this filmmaking thing. Oh, you know, communicating and socializing with people is so fucking difficult. Every time I speak to people, it's a huge gamble, because I could easily avoid this awkward situation. I could avoid having my life ruined by avoiding people, but no, I have to speak to them, and I either gain their trust and you know, they're friendly to me, or they think I'm stupid and talk behind my back and all that shit. And I know that's like, in June, it's not that eventful, but one of the most important things that happened this year happened in June, and that is I'm finally able to make a short film. No, this is not the short film that I've been wanting to make for the last 4 years. It's a smaller, less ambitious one, and worse one, but I'm still happy that I'm at least able to make something. And yeah, the making this little short film is really grueling. It took a lot of time for me to write and rewrite scripts and cast actors and go through the logistics of it, find the crew, make the budget. It is a total friggin' mess. I've never put so much effort into a short film, and this short film was only 6 minutes long, 5 to 6 minutes long, and there's just so much effort put into it. I'm honestly surprised how complicated filmmaking can be, and it will only get more complicated from here on out. But I'm happy that I'm able to create this, and I call myself a filmmaker, yet I haven't made a short film for like 3 years until this one, Dreams of an Empty Street. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Link in the description. Pretty much nothing happened in July, so we can pretty much skip over the entirety of July. In July, I still have school. I still have college, online college. I occasionally meet people and hang out and stuff. Okay, now we're entering the second half. I'm going to take off my glasses because we are entering the second half of 2021, which is extremely different from the first half. So first of all, pretty much near the end of July, I suddenly realized that, or not suddenly, I gradually realized that I only have about half a year left in Hong Kong, and I would like to spend the rest of my time here as greatly as possible, as fruitfully and as eventfully as possible. So I started to, you know what? I told myself, you know what? I'm going to step out of my comfort zone. I'm going to go hang out with people, and I'm going to initiate even more. The only thing that I wanted to do but didn't do, actually there are tons of things I wanted to do but didn't do, but I guess even though I did step out of my comfort zone, I haven't spoken to Mary at all in 2021. In the whole year, I did not speak to her, and I don't think I will ever speak to her. More on that later. But at the end of July, I took my first step on July 29th, I believe. I may get the date wrong. I don't know. Um I initiated and asked Nick if he wants to go to the anime convention with me because he is a huge weeb. So that happened. I made a vlog, and that is phenomenal. That was phenomenal. I have never had so much fun in my life since a long time ago. I legitimately had fun. And I didn't just stand around. Usually in... Wow. Alright. I love my life. Usually in situations like this, I would just stay at a corner, stand around, and not do anything, and just watch and observe and be scared and be awkward. But you know what? I'm tired of being that. I'm tired of being like that. I'm gonna have fun. So in the anime convention, I had fun. I bought things, I spent money, I walked around, I spoke to people, I took photos with cosplayers. When people sing along to anime songs, I sing along too. Yeah, I look like an idiot. So what? I have fun. And that is all that fucking matters, okay? Okay? And I don't regret it. Not at all. I spent like $300 that day. I bought mangas. But you know what? I'm happy. I was happy. I had fun. And that experience is more precious than anything else. And after that, I had the probably the most eventful month of my life so far at that point, and that is August. That is one of the most eventful months I've had in my entire life. And by August, I don't really mean August. I mean July 29th to August 29th, I believe. Or was it July 25th to August 25th? No, I'm pretty sure. Or no, it's July 26th to August 26th. It's this period of time that is just absolutely eventful, because after the anime convention with Nick in August, I proceeded to hang out with my cousins a few times and have done things that I've never done before, like wake surfing with my cousins. I made a very awesome vlog about that, which is really cool. And then, man, I'm receiving comments. I did wake surfing with my cousins, and then immediately afterwards I had seafood with them as well as with their family and my family, which is really cool. I stepped out of my comfort zone and I had fun. That's what matters. You know, I was tired. My muscles were sore after wake surfing. I was dying, okay? I got sunburns, but you know what? I had fun. F-U-N, fun. And that is what matters. And I've never had an attitude like this in my life before. Usually I really care about my well-being, and I usually prioritize my well-being over fun. But I've changed. You know what? Screw it all. I'm tired of my boring life. Time to get out and do something. And on top of that, on August 7th, I met up with Natalie and had lunch with a teacher, with a Chinese teacher who is my favorite teacher, Mr. P, Mr. Poon, who is the best teacher in the world, the best teacher I've ever met, and one of the most cultured person I've ever met. And even though I'm terrible at Chinese and he's really strict, but he is a very freaking great teacher. On top of that, I had lunch and tea with Natalie, and at that point I hadn't seen her for 11 months. So to see her for the first time was very special. So that was something. And then, of course, in August, I did my first official solo adventure, even though I technically already did a couple solo adventures. This is more like the first one in a chain of solo adventures where I went to the temple near my house, near my home, not house, apartment, and filmed the Hungry Ghost Festival vlog there, which is amazing. It's an amazing experience. I was actually legitimately afraid because at that point, I've never been to a temple before. And as a Hong Konger, I feel ashamed because there are tons of crazy temples here in Hong Kong, or there in Hong Kong. And then finally, at the end of August, near the end, I hung out with Zara and Miriam again, and we went to Fanling for an adventure. I planned the trip. I planned it myself. I initiated. I asked them out, and I had fun. And that's what matters. And yeah, September is not that eventful. I have college online, new semester, my second year, and it's kind of peaceful. Not much happens. I had my birthday, and my birthday is not memorable at all. So bye bye. Hey, speak to Mary. I'll walk up to her and speak to her. I'm not gonna hesitate this time. 2 years ago, I would have hesitated. Now, if Mary's outside the door right now, I'm gonna open the door and I'm gonna say hi, Mary. What are you doing here? What are you doing in my apartment? Or maybe this is not the apartment. Maybe this is a fucking classroom door. Okay, Mary's outside the door. Mary's outside the door. What am I gonna do? I would ask her, hey, Mary. You're waiting for someone? How's things? Oh, we haven't met in a long time. Wow, it's been a long time, I know. But, you know, I've been wanting to speak to you. Yeah, I mean, last time we had our conversation, it was November of 2020, and, you know, I stopped talking, because I thought you were gonna be annoyed by me. Oh, you weren't annoyed? Well, I hope so. How's studying? How's BU? I'm studying film. My college fucking sucks. So easy. I'm forever empty and hollow, waiting to die. There's an empty void inside me. Mary just made an Instagram story with her boyfriend. Et voila! Sexy! Of course, you have to add stones on me when I'm sinking down the ocean. Just make me hurt even more. Make it hurt even more. Sure. But yeah, the fact that I'm about to turn 19 is just fucking miserable. It's fucking depressing. It makes me want to grab a box cutter and slice across my face. Maybe I won't do that, but maybe I'll do something along the lines of maybe carving the word loser on my chest or on my arm. Something that I've dreamed about doing ever since, like, the school times. Like, the idea that I'm going to turn 19 is just terrible. It's like the end of the world. It brings me shame. I ask myself, I just turned 19, I just turned 18, and now I'm turning 19? What have I done throughout the entire last year? But for a long time, in the past 500 days, actually a bit less, I was lost. And I realized that there's nothing I can do about it. I can only move on. So the only way I can move on is to go to USA. So I kind of have to, okay? Because there's nothing left here. There are things left, but not for me. There's nothing left here for me. Everybody's gone. They're all in universities. They're all in colleges. They're all somewhere else. They're all looking for different things. Mary has a boyfriend now. So I gotta move on, man. I gotta speak to more people. I'm gonna socialize. I'm gonna make tons of friends. I'm gonna make so many friends, people will not believe, okay? I'm gonna have more Instagram followers than Ernest. Ernest has like 1,100 now. You know what? I'm gonna have more Instagram followers than fucking Yasmin. She has like 2,000. You know what? I will surpass her. Maybe I won't, but I'll try, at least. I'm gonna try to be fucking chairperson of Hong Kong Student Association, because why not? I missed all these opportunities. Natalie asked me to join her student council, and I refused because I was a coward. Guess what? I'm no longer a coward. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. When you die, you ask yourself, where do we go? Where do we go after we die? Everybody wants to know that. But nobody on earth knows that. Why? Because if we do, we would have already been dead. Los Angeles is the same thing as dying. I don't know what there is waiting for me in Los Angeles. I don't know. If I know, then I wouldn't even be in Hong Kong. So this is a leap of faith. What if Los Angeles is hell? What if it's heaven? It doesn't matter. I don't know what there is right now, and I have what I have right now, so I treasure and cherish what I have right now. So that when I go to Los Angeles, it doesn't even matter if it's hell or heaven, or anything in between, because I've already cherished what I have. If I gain a lot of weight, if I have a lot of facial hair, if I have long hair, if I become a more buff person, I come back to Hong Kong, it's not gonna fucking make a difference. Whether people recognize me or not recognize me, whether I see the people that I used to know or not see the people I used to know, it does not matter anymore. It is completely pointless. All the people, me, we all die anyways. There's nothing, there's no meaning to anything anymore. And so, to be honest, if I stay the same, if I change, it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter anymore. This will be my last school update video in the playlist. There will be nothing more. I didn't cry today either. Very good. There are two endings, right? There are two endings to this. One is the final vow, where I show my absolutely emotional side. And one is this. No emotions. Plain, peaceful normality. Normalness. Realness. Nothing else. And that's all there is to life. And then there's October to November, and subsequently December, which is the last 3 months of my life here, and at around October. So for the last, so ever since school had ended, ever since the end of everything, from May of 2020 until I say September of 2021, I have pretty much been in the same headspace, or actually before the second half of 2021. I've been in the same headspace. I keep thinking about the same few things. I want to speak to Mary because I like her. I want to gain weight and look better and stronger, and I want to make my short film. That's it. 3 things. And I keep thinking about these 3 things again and again and again and again and again. Plus other normal things that I would think about every single day. Food, college, friends, again, and again, and again. But in October, my thoughts have gone through a huge change. And that is because at that point, in the beginning of October, I went to the American Embassy to do the interview to get my student visa. I went to the immigration tower to make a new passport, and I gradually realized that I don't have a lot of time left before I leave this place. And it isn't just a departure, it is death. It is death. I actually die. I mean, I'm still alive right now, and I can still speak to people that are in Hong Kong, but me leaving Hong Kong is like dying, because I'm abandoning many things in my life, and I'm moving forward. So I'm beginning to realize that, and instead of thinking about Mary and gaining weight and short film, all I think about is leaving. And the closer I am to Christmas Day, the more I think about leaving, to a point where in November, every single day I plan about leaving. And I'm not particularly excited about it because I miss Hong Kong And I know my life here in America is not going to be sunshine and rainbows. I know I'm going to suffer, okay? I know I'm going to go through a lot of pain, and my road is going to be narrow. I'm a film major. Jesus Christ. Of course I'm going to suffer. Like 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 being a filmmaker is a terrible idea, okay? You're going to be broke. You're going to be homeless and everybody's going to hate you. But you just have to follow your heart, and that's what I'm going to do. So fuck, I'm going to suffer. But yeah, I wasn't excited. I wasn't happy that I was going to leave because I love Hong Kong and I miss Hong Kong. But then my life, if I stayed in Hong Kong, my life would be just as miserable, if not more, because of the boredom and because of the lack of my social life. But yeah, throughout October and November, I start to really prepare to leave. I start making plans, planning my final days. I plan out my solo adventures, which I'm going to get to a little bit later. But I plan out my solo adventures because there are still a bunch of places in Hong Kong that I've never been to. I plan what to bring over here. I plan friends I'm going to meet at the end. And I just really, really prepare to leave. For the solo adventures, truly something that I've never thought I would do. And if you tell um a 14-year-old me or 15-year-old me that when when I turn 19, I will start spending money all by myself, just going around Hong Kong all by myself alone. And I wouldn't believe you because I would never do that. It's a waste of money, it's a waste of time and effort, and if I'm alone and if I'm not having fun, then there's literally no point. Or when I was young, I thought I couldn't have fun if I was alone because traveling with friends is so freaking cool. And yeah, it is kind of true. Most of the solo adventures I've had are not that fun. They're not as fun as the anime convention, nor the wake surfing. And for the most part, I usually just go to places like temples, heritage trails, old buildings. Sometimes I go to museums. Sometimes I go to parks, gardens, Chinese gardens, which I really love. I love temples. I used to be, and I still am, really afraid of them. But that's exactly why I wanted to go to them. I wanted to feel fear. I wanted to feel things. I just want to feel things. And I would run into strangers, and I would actually make an effort to speak to them because I wanted to feel threatened. I wanted to feel danger. I wanted to feel stakes. I'm just so numb. I feel so numb of life. I wanted to feel something. So, in a sense, me going to America is also a cool thing. Me being able to suffer is also a cool thing because after so much boredom, I'm beginning to appreciate pain. More on that later. And then we have December, which is the final month of my life in Hong Kong, and it is equal parts depressing, equal parts anxiety inducing, equal parts liberating, equal parts amazing. It's just extremely eventful, more eventful than August, and it's just a burst of colors. Yeah, it is the final month of my life. There's the final exams, there's the packing luggages, there's me going to a lot of places, and in the last week I meet up with all kinds of people and I keep saying farewells, which is emotionally damaging, especially the farewell with Natalie, which stings. I went to the school for the final time for the graduation ceremony, which isn't even for my year, it's for the year after my year, because last year's graduation ceremony was canceled, so we didn't graduate ceremonially. But yeah, lots of farewells, lots of goodbyes, and it's not a goodbye, it's a bad bye. Like, it's a forever bye, it's a farewell. And it's saddening, but with so much farewells, I feel pain, but I also feel like, again, I'm dying, and that's how I deal with it emotionally. I don't think I'm leaving. I think I'm dying. So I just kind of have to accept it and embrace it. All right. Now, let's talk about what happened in 2021 in general. Of course, there are still world events, but I'm not going to talk too much about that. The one thing that affects me is politics. Now, I hate talking about politics, but Hong Kong politically has reached a new low in 2021, and it's going to get lower from here on out. So far, 59 organizations have been disbanded in Hong Kong, mostly student councils and universities, as well as democratic political parties, all gone. And all organizations that are independent from the government, especially educational and journalistic organizations, all gone. People are losing their freedoms. I am losing my freedom. Well, I would be losing my freedom if I stayed in Hong Kong. And my friends and family in Hong Kong right now are losing their freedoms: freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of expression, freedom of religion. And it is painful to see my home being destroyed bit by bit, slowly and slowly, while the world just stand and watch and not do anything about it and just watch it burn. I hate politics. It's nasty, it's dirty, it's complicated. I don't even understand it fully, to be honest. But this is not okay, and I will not stand by and watch. It is painful. Again, it is my home, it is my streets, it is my buildings, my waters, my just my roads, and they belong to the Hong Kongers. I am a Hong Konger, and I've never felt so much sense of belonging until lately, until the last couple of years. So I feel a great responsibility to serve Hong Kongers, serve my people. And let's wrap it up. In conclusion, 2021 is the year of the transition, but also at the same time, year of the acceptance. And by that I mean there are 5 stages of grief, and in the last stage, it is acceptance. And I think I've reached that. I've gone through it all: anger, bargaining, depression, denial. I that's out. That's not the order. It's denial first, and then anger, and then bargaining, and then depression. Well, I'm at acceptance now. I don't feel anything anymore. I don't feel pain. I mean, I do feel pain, but it's not the same. It's not the same. I have matured as a person, and I think partially that's because of Yi Yi, which is a movie I watched about how plain and mundane life can be, but also how real it can be. And that movie affected me deeply. And also because of the anime Sonny Boy, which is also about the meaning of life or the lack thereof, which really made me feel peaceful and made me deal with the idea of my life not having a lot of meaning better. I thought I would feel really sad after December 10th, 4th, which is the graduation ceremony, but I didn't feel sad at all. In fact, I felt peaceful and calm because I'm way past that. I am already past that point. Yeah, I've lost many things. I could have asked for more. I could have said yes when Natalie asked me to join her student council. I could have joined Model United Nations. I could have raised my hands and joined the staff members of Sports Day. I would have had so much more of a fruitful life if I had just walked up to Mary and tell her how I feel in the year 2018. I could have had a completely different life if I had done that. If I had the courage to walk up to her and tell her what I feel, I would understand her and I would love that. But it's too late, and I can only live one life. I can't go back in time and change things. So the only thing I can do is to accept it, is to embrace this reality. So I did it. I'm embracing it. Yeah, I could have asked for more. My life is not great. It's not terrible. It's not great. I could have asked for more. I have a lot of regrets. I have a lot of pain carrying. I carry a lot of burden, and it's going to get heavier from here on out. I'm only 19 years old, even though I feel like an old man now. I'm only 19, um, but I learned to let go. I learned to say goodbye, and yeah, or maybe I haven't let go. I don't know, but I feel like I have. I dreamed less about Mary, and I thought less about her. There was a point in my life when I think about her on the daily. I think about, you know, the things she would like, the food she would like, the music she would like, and I wouldn't be able to speak to her about it. I would only think about it. I would think about an alternate universe when I can be with her, where we can share stories with one another, watch movies together, drink sweet soup, and have desserts together, adventure around Hong Kong, maybe. It's not happening. It is time to move on. It's time to let go. Mary has a boyfriend now, and if she's happy, I'm going to be happy for her. And if she's not happy, then I hope she gets happy. But aside from Mary, all my friends, all the things I've left in my home, I'm going to let them all go because man's got to move on. And yeah, I was sad at first, but now I feel kind of numb actually. And yeah, it feels kind of Buddhist. And it doesn't mean I'm apathetic because I feel like there will be things in the future that's going to affect me emotionally. And I hope that happens. I don't want to be enlightened, okay? I don't want to be mature now. If I could be an emotional, angsty teenager, even though I would be cringy, I would do it because I want to be young again. I want to feel young again. So please, and I'm asking myself, please, in the future, don't be mature. Don't react to things maturely. Feel angry for dumb reasons, please. I want to be like that. I want to feel that. Which is also simultaneously the change in my attitude lately. And that is, I'm appreciating sadness. Usually when I was young, I would think sadness is bad. But now, when I get sad, I kind of learn to enjoy it. Maybe sadness is not that bad. It's a poetic feeling. Maybe anger is not that bad. It gets me up. It fires my stomach or something. I don't know. Maybe fear is not that bad. And finally, I'd like to say that yeah, I've been struggling trying to find a meaning in my life. I mean, after so many days and weeks of boredom and nothingness, I really thought my life is just nothing. And, this is a loaded question. Existing, existentialism, what are we living for, the purpose of our lives, it's a loaded question. But for now, I have one great goal, and you and I both know what it is, and that is to fight for my own people. And I'm going to do that until the day I die. So, yeah, I'm going to fight for my own people as hard as possible. And I know I'm not the only one fighting. I'll find fellow fighters and we'll just fight until we die. And yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to have fun because fun is important. So yeah, the things I'm concerned about now are different from 2020. I've changed, but that doesn't mean I'm complete. I'm still flawed. I still have imperfections. And I'm happy that I'm imperfect because then I'll have room to improve in the future. Because that means in the future I'm going to face challenges, I'm going to cry, I'm going to laugh, I'm going to feel pain. And that's awesome because that's living. And I love living. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I want to lie. I want to live. I want to experience life because I'm so deprived of life in the first half of 2021. I realized that pain, sadness, anger, fear, it's all part of life and there's something enjoyable in that. So yeah. I really wish I hadn't I really wish I don't feel this way right now because I feel mature. But maybe I'm not mature yet. And I hope I'm not. I don't know. I don't fucking know. How's your 2021? Comments below, let me know. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want more.